Hi everyone, my name's Carly and I currently do wedding and lifestyle vlogs. I'm getting married next year in May and I'm really excited for it, and I'm going to take you on my wedding journey. Today's a really exciting one because I'm going for my first ever wedding dress shopping, my first ever appointment, sorry, and I really don't know what to expect. I've been asked to submit a few dresses that I would really like to try on, but I'm being told by a lot of people that you sometimes choose the dresses that you want and then they just don't end up being what you actually walk out with because it doesn't fit as well as you think it's going to, or doesn't make you feel as beautiful as you want it to. So yeah, I'm gonna see what happens and then I will report back. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna be able to film when I'm in there. We will see. I'm sure I'll be able to take pictures and things, and I'm not necessarily expecting to find my dress today that is going to be like the one, but I'm really excited. My mum, my auntie and my sister are coming with me and it'll be really good to get their opinions too. I'm not sure if they're going to get emotional or not, but either way it's going to be a really good morning, and then we're going to head out for some lunch afterwards just to kind of debrief, because we don't normally get this time together on a Saturday, which is really cool. So yes, I'll bring you along with me and we'll see where we get to.
Carly, where are you going today?
I am going to try on wedding dresses for the first time.
Oh wow, excited?
At the shopping, but yeah, I'm really excited.
Hi everyone, so it has now been about 2 weeks since I had my first wedding dress shopping try on. It was an absolutely amazing experience, probably a lot to do with the fact that the shop was so organised and knew what they were doing, as I expect most of them probably do because they do it all the time. But they asked me to submit 2 or 3 dresses before that I really wanted to try on and I really loved, and that made things so much easier because you've got the chance to prep and decide what you would like based on their catalogue online, and give yourself a few options. So you arrive there, she took me into a dressing room pretty much straight away. There was no messing about. My family were able to sit just outside of the changing room, and the way they do it at this one is they're all quite secluded areas, so it felt really private, it felt really special. There was no one else kind of walking around, hovering around the area, which I felt made it a much more special experience for me. And then they just get the dresses straight on you, sort of one after one. And yeah, it was absolutely amazing. They are experts at getting the dresses on you and making you feel comfortable while you do that. They all go from ground up and then they button you in. None of them are the right sizes for you, obviously, but they manage to kind of button/hook you in a way that will show you what the dress will look like on you. But obviously then when you say yes to the dress, they will do the proper dress order for you and do it to size, and then you have all the adjustments and stuff. But yeah, I actually am not a person who likes lots of choice either, so I went in there very much with knowing what I wanted. I thought I knew the style I wanted, but I've narrowed it down to 2, one of which is the style I think I thought I wanted and one of which is completely different. And yeah, I don't feel like I want to go out shopping in loads of other places now. Everyone will be different, but what I've heard from other people who have done this before is that more choice doesn't necessarily equal an easier decision, and actually it just gets harder the more choice you have, which makes total sense, right? So I've actually decided to only go to one other place, if that, to have a look at dresses, because I'm just so blown away with what I've seen at this shop, and the price is in budget for me as well for both of these dresses that I am considering which one to go for. So the next step is that they invite you back for a retry appointment, and you get to try on the 2 or maybe 3 again, and at that point, you know, you're really left at the considering stage, and thinking about which one you actually want to say yes to, which is really cool. We did ask the lady lots of questions while we were there, poor thing, but she answered all of them so well. And one of my questions in particular was like, how long do you have to leave it when getting married to buy a dress? And I think the honest answer is that, like, it all really depends. But she advised us to start looking latest at the 12-month mark, which is what we did, so 12 months before the wedding. But to then get the dresses delivered in, it can be up to 6 months, and that's even before you've had a chance to think about getting them adjusted with a seamstress, which can take another few months apparently at most. So yeah, basically need to be ordering a dress right now. I'm now 10 months away from wedding. So yeah, don't mess about, basically, if you ever find yourself in the same situation as me. I have heard lots of stories where people have gone to see a dress and then the dress just can't be delivered, shipped, and then adjusted, adapted in time for their wedding, which would be my worst nightmare, because if you've fallen in love with something, you really want that to be the dress that you can wear and you can get for your wedding. So yeah, learnt a lot on that day. Learnt that having your dress adjusted can cost a significant amount as well. So when you're having a look at the price of your wedding dress, don't just take that into consideration. I'm being told to add potentially hundreds more onto that for adjustments, which is good because we know about it now, and I was able to factor that into the price of the dress. But yeah, certainly I might not have wanted to find myself in a position where I'd spent massively over my budget and then had to do that for a dress. And also whether you just want to go for one dress. I think for me, you spend so much on it and you spend so much time picking out this incredible, beautiful piece to wear, and I can't imagine not all of my guests seeing that, because we're having day guests and evening guests to our wedding, but B, only getting to wear that for 3 hours, maybe more than that, maybe like 8 hours, and then putting on a whole different dress that might have cost you more, an equal amount or less, and only wearing that for a few hours. So I think, and I might change my mind, but I think I'm just staying with the one dress for mine, whereas loads of people choose to have 2 dresses, and you know what, I'm totally here for that. There is zero judgment from me, because I would love to have 2 dresses. If I felt like I had a bit of money to spare, and you know that money wasn't going anywhere else towards the wedding, I would totally do that. I would totally have my 2 dresses. But I think it just depends on, you know, you have a budget and thinking about what are the most important things you want to spend that budget on. But all in all, it was an amazing experience. Like, shout out to the women that work in that shop, because they were super, super helpful and just really helped me, like I said, narrow down my decision, as I'm sure they do for lots of bride-to-bes that walk in there. And yeah, it's now thinking time, getting as healthy as I can time as well, so that when I finally put the dress on that I choose, you know, we're ordering a size that I can then work with. But yeah, that was wedding dress update, and overall just super magical, as everyone says, like really magical. Yeah, really fun.